As regular viewers know, I count myself as a Christian, although not an Anglican one. And that's because I, like so many men I've spoken to in the UK and the Anglosphere, find that after searching for years for a deeper meaning in life, a sense of spiritual and cultural connection due to the empty promises and pleasure-fueled soul-decaying nihilism of modern liberalism, find that when you go to an Anglican church, you just get lectured with the same liberal woke ideology that we've had rammed down our throats all of our lives. To compound matters though, if you go to a conservative Anglican church, they are views I broadly sympathise with, you usually find the services to be very light, for it to be very surface level, for it not to be very raw and real. I often joke with friends that such churches attract the grandmas and cucumber sandwiches congregations. Now don't get me wrong, I like grandmas, I think they're great. I also have no problem with cucumber sandwiches on the whole. But do such things inspire young men? Remember, young men are the leaders of the next generation. They're who bring the tradition forward. And it seems to me that young people aren't inspired by woke lectures on one side and abstract theological debates on the other. Debates that are usually followed by the appalling, lukewarm Coldplay-style quote-unquote worship music that to me is an affront to our hymns that the acoustics of our churches were actually made for. If you listen to an old hymn in a beautiful old church, you'll see that the acoustics are so magical, the music and the hymn works right down your chakras. It's sort of a spiritual experience in and of itself. But then I suppose I'm a romantic old traditionalist, the sort of person that the Anglican Church wants nothing to do with at all. But that to me was the heart of Anglicanism, or it was. We had these great men from the past century, T.S. Eliot, C.S. Lewis, Enoch Powell. These men of poetic vision, deep understanding of English, Western and Christian cultures ordering magic in a confusing world. But sorry, I'm rambling. Everything I just said could have been summarised by a story I heard from an old Christian monk a few years ago. He stated that when the Christian tradition was born, it was full of lava. It would transform everything it touched, but over time that lava cools and eventually it turns into just solid rock. It looks plain, indistinct from anything else. Yet that juxtaposition of fiery, transforming power in originality and heart, but a stale surface that nobody even notices, maps on perfectly to Justin Welby. Now I know Justin Welby is leaving his post as the Archbishop of Canterbury on the back of an appalling abuse scandal, but let's be honest, what has he done before that to make it a sad thing that he's leaving, as some seem to think it is? You can see who Justin Welby decided to serve by the response he's getting after leaving his post. Anybody leaning conservative is happy that he's gone. However, his fake conservative Rory Stewart and his acolyte Alistair Campbell, both of these are radical liberals remember, stating they're very sorry to see that he's gone and that he's a wonderful man. They say these things because Justin Welby is a radical liberal too. He's the sort of person that thinks the World Economic Forum is a good thing, that told us to take the vaccine, that promotes BLM and LGBTQ ideology. Yet the truth is, the rot goes much deeper than Justin Welby himself. The whole of the Anglican Church is a captured institution, not just by abusers, but by woke ideologues. So we all know what's coming. The next Archbishop of Canterbury is going to be a progressive pick, probably a woman, ideally a black one, and certainly up to date with all the latest LGBTQ and woke ideology. The next pick will be in the mould of this female lesbian bishop in America. She states, "We are all Muslims." If there was ever an image to symbolise the decline of the Western world, this would have to be a strong contender. But as I often say on this channel, I know it's horrible having to witness the decay we're going through, the ritual humiliations we have to suffer on an almost daily basis due to the power of liberalism, the complete disrespect of our history, our way of life, our tradition and our people. We can see demoralised men all around us and a debased culture. Yet while it seems the West is in the death throes at the moment, I believe these are actually the birth pangs of a new era, as scripture puts it. Death and rebirth is the spiritual order of life. Just as a tree sheds its leaves in autumn, it does so it can die in the winter and be reborn in the spring. And this is what we're seeing with the church itself. It's corroding from the inside due to people swapping the Bible for the Guardian. But it's my view that we will see a massive reawakening, which will be from the grassroots. It will be raw, it will be real, it will be powerful and authentic, and it will speak to the soul of Western man. And this reawakening is something I'll be speaking about a lot in the exclusive area I'm building. Sorry to those who've inquired about it. It is taking me a while. I just want to populate it with lots of content. So anybody who signs up has a lot to get their teeth into. Again, if you are interested, it'll be about the price of a cup of coffee a month. Anyway, more news on that in the future. These are my thoughts as always. Do let me know what you think down below. And do consider subscribing to the channel if you're new.